What's up, fam? So, let's see what happens. This is my very first time going live on YouTube. YouTube, thank you, YouTube, has made some changes to their live restrictions. So, they put me in a good place. I'm able to go live right now. Let's see if the room fills up. I don't know how this goes. I don't know if I should just start with the reading. Right now, we're going to do a general readings. The first reading I've done in a while. I've had a lot going on, family, as far as just switching up with careers, learning new things in the new position, making sure I'm keeping myself in balance spiritually, emotionally, and physically fit. So it's been quite the challenge, but I am back for 2022 and we're going to get this thing on a roll. New ideas for the readings, new things going. So I'm not going to lie and say I've literally prepared all this stuff, but I've had a lot of time to think about what I want to do. So as always, once I hop on, we're going to get straight into it. We got one person on. So this is a general reading for 2022. Let me sip my tea before we get into the tea. What's up? What's up? 2022, what's in store? General reading, all signs, any sign. What is going on for you in 2022? We're going to pull from my new Cali cards. New Cali cards. Okay, 2022. When momentum is building and you don't know how to stop fueling the fire or reverse the damage, Cali brings grace and freedom from negative patterning and stubborn mindsets, resistant to change. Now is a powerful time for spiritual work and healing practices. She will support the work and much growth can come from it. The storm shall be gentle. You shall emerge unharmed. So, what I'm getting from that is if you've been going through anything as far as dealing with spirituality or anything dealing with any type of turmoil, it looks like your spirit guides are going to be coming in to clear the way, to calm the storm so you can come up. And it's not to say come up with the right ideas or the right things to do, but it's just so you can have an easier time as you go through this process. So I feel like in the past, if you're going through rough periods where it felt like you were trudging through, they're going to mow the way, like basically create a path for you to where you can get through any obstacles that are put in your way. Let's see what the second card is. This is Cali, and this is the Cali deck. And this is Boo Van Savi. Boo Van Savi. I know I probably hacked that. Okay, she is the rising sun, marking the end of darkness and the replenishment of life force after illness or devastation. She creates a clean slate and a fresh start. She protects and preserves that which is worthy of the heart. She shines in perpetual state of divine beauty and radiance, attracting to us the most supportive and honoring circumstances. So once again, this is your spirit guides being around you to basically grant you with the best circumstances possible for you to get the job done. So whatever it is that you want to accomplish in 2022, they're letting you know that your spirit guides, your spirit team, you're also going to see soul family come into play this year that are physically on the planet who are going to come in to assist you in whatever your goal is for 2022 and beyond. I feel like for a lot of you guys, thank you, Spirit. I was thinking about this, right? And it's like, for me personally, and I don't know, put it in the comments, hit the like button if you agree with this. It feels like 2020 was the year that dragged almost to the point where even though we had a whole nother year, which was 2021, it feels like in 2021, it still was like an extension of 2020 as far as getting rid, shaking off that energy. I mean, we had to shake it off. I mean, we had to shake that shit off. So 2022, I feel like for a lot of us, is going to be exactly where we want it to be. If not in 2020 when everything went haywire, definitely in 2021. I feel like a lot of us was like, all right, 2021, this shit's over with. And we had a lot of that energy still there. Not to say you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, but I feel like 2022 is more the big bang year for everyone who's been putting in that work, especially for those of you who stayed on course during everything, whether it was before, wow, and now that we're at kind of getting out of that energy. I mean, if you were someone that stayed steadfast during that process, you will definitely reap the benefits. Why? Because it's saying your spirit guides are going to be there to actually make the way a lot easier for you. Okay. Let's see what else comes out for you. One card, maybe two. No, we're going to take this one. It's the one I flipped up. Door to Spirit. We got Door to Spirit is the card that came out. Door to Spirit. So the first two cards are already stating that basically your spirit guides are going to be really coming through to make things a lot more simple for you. And that is, like I said, they're going to ease the load of a lot of the weight you're carrying. So if you feel like you have a heavy load, a heavy schedule, you just got a lot to do, they're going to make it feel like, damn, this ain't so bad. Like for some reason, everything's feeling a lot lighter. This is because this door to spirit is opening up. So like I said, this is for those of us or those of you who have really still stayed in that energy of believing in your life purpose, believing in what the divine was telling you on where you were supposed to be going. So because you believed in it, you still stayed the course, even during the harsh times of 2020, even during 2021, even during, now in 2022, you steadfast because you knew what it was. You already had your calling, right? So because of that, now the door to spirit is opening. See what else you get. Then we're going to start pulling some tarot. Start pulling some tarot after this. Okay, Healer of the Ages came out. Healer of the Ages came out. So I feel like a lot of you are going through. I'm not even going to say when I see Healer of the Ages, that's what I'm reading. But then I see the guy on the card. And I don't know if you can see this flame that's like kind of over his hands, right? So Healer of the Ages for me is like you're going through an alchemic process right now where it is a healing process, but it's actually at the same time when you're healing, you're transforming. Even if I cut something open and then it begins to heal, that's going through a transformation. So you're going through an alchemic process where you're definitely transforming into the individual that you need to be, or into the individual that carries the energy that you need to carry so you can get things shaken in this next level, right? So you're definitely going through that process. Why? Because you had patience. We already talked about this. This is also, for me, the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is beginning to turn in your favor because you had patience, because you, like I said, took the time to listen to spirit. Then not only did you listen, you carried out orders, you stayed patient, you actually continued to go through what the process was, even when it seemed unbearable, when that shit seemed tough, when it seemed like you couldn't make it. You still remembered that I'm doing this for a reason. I have a purpose for carrying out these goals, right? All right, so let's see what's coming out in the deck, in the tarot deck. This is my first time going live, so we're going to see exactly how that works. Okay, so we got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. This is for me, what I'm seeing is this pinnacle is like suspended in the air, right? So it's like, also when I see the green smoke, that always makes me think of magic, which brings me back to the alchemic process, brings me back to alchemy, right? So it's like you are manifesting a very, very stable bank account, a stable financial gain. You know what I mean? The pinnacle is something that's solid, something that's tangible, something that you can hold. And it definitely talks about money. So whatever you've been manifesting, it is right here for the taking, right? Now we see that you still have your armor on. So it's like you're in the middle of the war. You're in the middle of the battle. Thank you for the like, y'all. Hit the like button if it's resonating. I appreciate you guys for joining me. This is my first time live, so I appreciate it. But yeah, so you got your armor on. So also, I mean, the armor, if you look at it, there's a blind spot. So yeah, the armor is really made for you to see whatever, especially in this day and era. This is jostling armor. So this is for coming straight ahead. There was a rule to it. One person was on this side, one person on this side, and you go straight until you bang, right? So this wasn't really made for you to be able to see out your peripheral view, this helmet. So that's where this coin is sitting. So you're going to have to take that armor off if you want to be able to see where the coin is. Now, when I talk about taking off the armor, we're talking about you moving into a new cycle. So in your old cycle, in the past cycle, in the previous cycle, basically in 2021, that armor was needed for you to have on. Let's just say your job was a joust champion. So you were doing your work. You were literally, tooling the fields, whatever, soil in the fields, whatever they would say. You were hard at work, right? Putting in your work. So you needed your armor on because that was your job, to get out there and go to battle. But now you have created the manifestation of whatever you were working towards. But in order for you to actually grab what you manifested, you're going to have to take that armor off. Let's see what else comes out. Give me another card, please. Give me another card, please. Okay, so it's like you do have the Ten of Cups is awaiting you. And if you look at this just reminds me of like rejoicing. You've made it. I heard Mount Sinai, so making it to the top, knowing that you've received, not even knowing that you received the correct messages, knowing that what you were told to do wasn't just BS. Yeah, yes, I was led to become a doctor. Yes, I was led to become a nurse. I knew I wasn't crazy. I got this shit in the bag. Whatever that thing is for you, you're going to realize in 2022 that it was always meant for you. Why? Because you're going to accomplish it. Whether you accomplish the whole enchilada or you accomplish enough of it to let you know, like, oh, to give you that extra drive, like, damn, this shit's going in the right direction, right? But it's up to you to actually walk through, to make the choice. It's going to be up to you. And I don't think it's up to you physically. I think it's a mental thing for you. It's going to be up to you mentally and spiritually to do the work to walk into this new energy and to stay in this energy, which means you're going to have to be going to have to, there we go. You're going to have to release anything that's been stopping you from getting to this goal in the past. And that's going to be the choice. Once you do that, you'll be able to walk through. And what is this again? This is the same thing, y'all. The door to spirit. The door to spirit. You'll be able to walk through that door door to spirit and get what is on the other end of it. What else is coming in for my viewers in 2022? What else is coming in 2022? Look, the card that fell up. Woo! Justice and the Sun is what's coming in for 2022 for you, y'all. Justice and the Sun. I mean, this is a great reading. Like I said, this is showing me that, like I said, you've been steadfast. You put in the work. Yeah, I mean, you don't get the Sun and Justice without putting in the work. And it also shows with the Justice card coming out that this is literally like justice for you to get whatever you're going to get. Whatever this thing is that you've been going after, it is actually your karmic justice to obtain it. So this means you have gone about it in the most karmically divine way you could. So if you were wanting to become the top boss at your job, you didn't plant info on the top boss of your job to get him out of company. You literally stayed steadfast, did your job. You weren't a pushover, because you can't become the top boss by becoming a pushover, but you stayed steadfast, you did your job, you showed that you were tough enough to run a crew, and that's how you got the position. I mean, then, I don't know, something happened with the top boss. They moved to Florida. They were looking for someone else, and they called you, right? You didn't do it in a karmically unjust way. So because you did what you had to do, and you made sure that you did it with honor, respect, and integrity, that's why you're getting your justice. That's why you're getting to walk into the sun. That's also why this door to spirit is opening up for you. And your spirit guides are doing so much to make sure that this last process for you is as easy as possible. Why? Because you've done all the hard work. You've literally shown the Most High. You've shown God, the Creator, whoever you subscribe to. You've shown them that, listen, this person is willing, ready, and up for this blessing. Let's go. Right? All right. Let's see what else comes out. We're going to pull a couple more cards. Let's see. Let's see. Ugh. King of Pentacles, all money. So this is definitely money related. Hit the like button if you came on here because you felt like 2022 is money related for you. Like you really want to know about how your pockets is going to be feeling in 2022. Is that why you came? Because if so, you came to the right place, because a lot of money, a lot of pentacles keep falling out in your reading. The King of Pentacles, you already know, this is stability. This is someone who has literally built their way up to having an abundance. Like the King of Pentacles isn't the king for nothing. He's a king because he runs a kingdom. In order to run a kingdom, you got a lot of shit going on. You got a lot of businesses. You got a lot of employees. So a lot of you guys, this pertains to a business idea, or a business that I believe you've been working on for some time. You're going to start to reap the financial benefits of it. So I'm pull from this other deck, see if anything else comes out. Give me another one for 2022. Another one. Just one card, please. There we go. Pinnacles. 10 of Pentacles comes out. So we got the 10 of Pentacles. This is fulfillment for you guys that are in family units. You are a family, or you're working towards becoming a family with someone. This is letting you know that you will have the financial means to come together. Like, for a lot of people, especially in light of what's been going on in the past, money has always been a factor. Money's always going to be a factor, unfortunately. It's the world and the setup they got us living in, which is a whole nother thing that I'll probably do something on later. Yeah, I mean, as far as like just another talk. But money's always a factor, and it's always been a factor with marriage, who you come into marriage with, what's going on in the economy. Oh, the economy's just too bad. One thing I will say, it seems like a lot of traditions, and I'm not saying it's good or bad, you take it how you want. A lot of traditions are seeming to kind of die down. Not to say people aren't keeping the tradition, but that huge wedding that we used to see, like you had to have the biggest wedding in the world, that seems to be a tradition that's starting to kind of thin out. So, of course, you still see people having those huge weddings, but it's not as prominent. You don't see the huge, big wedding. You definitely don't see the big ass, you definitely don't see the big church that they used to do it in as much as you used to in the past, right? So, what I'm saying is that if you are worried about money or finances, especially in a time like today where things are kind of up in the air, where everyone's career still, it's not that it's up in the air, but things are still like, yeah, you don't know what's going to go on. Yeah, I mean, they got the Morion out here, so everyone's still a little cautious, right? So this is letting you know that you will have the abundance needed. Now, remember, when I said a little cautious, it takes me back to you having the abundance you need, but not being able to see it because you got this damn helmet on blocking your peripheral view where the coin sits. So you being cautious is another sign of you keeping that armor on. So they're letting you know that whatever it is, whatever trigger you need to pull, if it's a trigger that you need to pull with your significant other, the person that you plan on going into union with, then pull that trigger, because it is going to bring you financial abundance. Yeah, I mean, it's going to have y'all good. You'll be good to go. You're not going to have any stress when it comes to marriage. Or even just coming together, moving in, whatever it is for you. Okay, we're going to do another oracle card. Give me another oracle card before I close this out. Yeah, indecision. So as I'm closing it out, I'm seeing that you guys are feeling indecisive about which way to go. Clarify this indecision. We got woman holding a coin. So for a lot of you guys, you could have money that you're not sure what to do with. You're not sure what the best route is. So indecision means, in this particular card, we're seeing two different ways. Two different ways you could go, right? Left, right. So I feel like there's two different things you can make an investment on to bring you financial stability, or there's two different job offers that you could go after, and that's what you're indecisive about. So what's the advice for that indecision? Give me advice, please, for the indecision. Okay, so your advice for this indecision is basically to hold off. If you're indecisive, that means it would be crazy for you to make a decision, right? So hold off on making any decisions. Why I say this is we got the Four of Pentacles. Traditionally, the Four of Pentacles has a cup being offered to them and they're holding back. So that's them not making a decision. In this card, this person is like throwing their hands up of it all. And kind of what I felt was a scale, like balancing everything out. Just kind of letting everything sit there and seeing where it all falls. So what this whole reading was letting you know and me know to tell you was that in 2022 is going to be a year where everything may not be figured out. You may not be able to see it, but what you do know is you've put a lot of energy, whether it be, it doesn't even have to be that you put a lot of energy towards one particular thing and that works out. You put a lot of positive energy out there into the universe. So that means you're going to get positive energy back. You may not be able to see where it's coming from, like in this card. You may not be able to see which one's best for you, like in this card. But no matter what, you do know that whatever you put out, you get back in return. So you're definitely going to get some good energy back in return. And like I said in the beginning, you have a lot of divine guidance. You have a lot of help. You have a lot of help that's going to come in on the physical realm and make these decisions a lot easier for you to make. Make it to where you start to have light bulb, eureka moments. Like, okay, this makes sense. I'm going to go this way. You know what I mean? All right. So I appreciate you for joining me for my very first YouTube live. I'm going to be back on here doing the readings. I'll be back to posting the shorts that I do with jumping off the porch. And of course, got more music coming. I'm out. I appreciate you. Peace.